new findings tonight in the mysterious deaths of twin brothers from Gwinnett County found on Bell Mountain.
So this is a case that's grabbed national attention from the arrest of a firefighter accused of leaking a crime scene photograph to the twins' family, pushing back against the GBI's initial ruling of their deaths being a murder.
Now the agency is issuing a final ruling. 11 Live's Cody Alcorn is live from outside of GBI headquarters with what we have learned here, Cody.
Jennifer and Ron, just hours ago, the GBI releasing those findings in which they said that the deaths of Qaadir and Naazir Lewis have officially been ruled, and it appears there was only one gun used. After a 10-week investigation, the GBI has now ruled the deaths of Qaadir and Naazir Lewis, the twin brothers, just 19 years old, were found shot to death on top of Bell Mountain on March 9th. At first, investigators suspected a murder, but the family never believed that. Here's what their uncle Raheem Bronner told me back in March.
They're very protective of each other. They love each other. They're like inseparable. So I couldn't imagine them hurting each other.
Now the GBI says neither brother killed the other. The family previously said the twins missed a flight to Boston the morning before the shooting, but the GBI now says only Naazir had a ticket and he went to the airport alone. He never boarded the flight. Investigators say Naazir also bought ammunition used in the shooting and that it was delivered to their Lawrenceville home 3 days before their deaths. Then forensic analysis of their phones revealed internet searches on how to load a gun and rates. The GBI also says autopsies show both brothers fired a gun. But one question remains, and it's one the GBI may never be able to answer. Why would two young men enrolled in spring college courses with plans for the future, two brothers who didn't like to hike or drive outside the perimeter, take a 100-mile trip to North Georgia, climb to the top of a remote mountain, and take their own lives? One after the other with the same gun, meaning one of them had to watch the other die, then pick up the gun and pull the trigger. It's a question that may forever haunt this family. I did speak to the twins' aunts over the phone tonight. They do plan on releasing a statement in the coming days. They still just can't believe what the GBI has released tonight. As for the GBI, they say that this investigation will be officially closed in the coming weeks.
A heartbreaking update there, Cody. Thank you so much.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. And I still don't believe that their findings are correct. I think that is an attempt to justify and cover up the brutal execution of these young men by someone more sinister than we can imagine. As they first mentioned in the video, that this case has taken national attention, especially when the firefighter that released photos and leaked photos of their demise was arrested. And it was said to me that someone who had visited the park said since that happened, that the park had been closed. And so why would they close the park if this was what they say it was? Now, they have issued the final ruling only 10 weeks after this event happened. So within 10 weeks, they have completed their investigation and they have ruled that each brother took their own lives. And so according to the narrative that one of them had to watch. Now, also, they changed the narrative. The family and initial report said both brothers had tickets to go visit friends in another state. Now, then they said, well, no, it wasn't both brothers. It was only Naazir who had the ticket, and he went to the airport alone, but didn't catch the flight. Now, they also tried to say that he had been searching the internet and searching things like how to load a gun and S-word rates, and they said that the ammunition was delivered to their house. Now, once again, I've never heard of anyone, maybe you guys can correct me in the comments, of someone ordering ammunition through the mail, but that is what they're saying, that this ammunition was somehow ordered through the mail, and it was delivered. Now, my question is, okay, well, they drove up to the mountain. The family, of course, said that they don't like to drive up to the mountains. They don't like to drive far, and they don't hike. And so they drove up to this park and hiked all the way up there. And then, one of them unalived themselves, and then the other picked up the same weapon and unalived themselves. Now, as they mentioned in the article, they were both enrolled in school, had a bright future ahead of them. So this still does not make sense. And so I am not going to, that decision does not sit well and does not close the investigation for me, because, it's just unfathomable that twins of that, and y'all remember a few weeks ago, there was a video that came out of them at a store. And they said at the store, the two were laughing and joking and having fun, doing things that young men, 19-year-old would do. And then the next morning, they get found. Now, I don't know how, like both, how did the story change? Because they said, well, both of the boys' phones, their wallets, and their plane tickets were in the car. So now how did it only become one plane ticket now? That is, something that sticks out to me. So first you say, well, yeah, we found all of these things in the car. So did you or did you not? And, if you didn't, then why put out that narrative that both plane tickets, both wallets, and both phones were found in the car? That's the one thing that sticks out to me, how the story changes. And why is that story change? There's no way of mistaking, okay, we found 2 tickets or we found 1 ticket. But the initial report said that there were 2 tickets found in the car. Now it's only 1 ticket, and he went to the airport alone. So where was the other twin at when he went to the airport? If he went to the airport alone, then how did the other twin just mysteriously appear with him? And so there's a lot of still to be questioned about this. Once again, that was 100 miles from their home in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and they were found at the top of Bell Mountain, which has also been the location of another black man who was found suspended in the air under suspicious circumstances. So, that GBI investigation does not conclude my suspicions as to what happened to these young brothers. So the family is supposed to release a statement. I'll just have, I wonder what they're going to say. But we all know, once again, the GBI is part of the larger law enforcement arm. So, if the only thing that the GBI has to go off of is what, the local police tell them. And if the local police are good enough at hiding things, or if they're in cahoots with those individuals, then of course, there wouldn't be such a different narrative. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Rest in peace to Qaadir and Naazir Lewis, and prayers and condolences to their family. Hopefully the truth will come out eventually about what happened to these young men. But as always, y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings.